Today we are here to talk about Juan Ponce de Leon and his journey discovering Florida. Juan Ponce de Leon was traveling to find the Fountain of Youth. While searching, he found Puerto Rico. Being disappointed in not finding the Fountain of Youth, he continued to search for it. While searching, he came upon the coast of Florida and traveled around. After discovering Florida, he decided he would go back to Puerto Rico so he could stay and improve the gold mining efforts.
He was originally from Spain and he traveled all the way down to Puerto Rico. From Puerto Rico, he was disappointed in not finding the Fountain of Youth, so he continued his travels to Florida. He traveled around Florida and he was disappointed in not finding the Fountain of Youth, so he decided he would travel back to Puerto Rico.
Nice!
Now we have some fun facts about Juan Ponce de Leon. He accidentally found Florida and named it after an Easter holiday, Paschal de Florida, which means Feast of Flowers. Some believed he named it this because it was on Palm Sunday, while others believe he named it this because of the numerous flowers on the land. He discovered the Gulf Stream, which would become important for Spanish trips from Europe to America. He married an innkeeper's daughter on Hispaniola named Leonora, and he had 3 daughters, Juana, Isabel, and Maria. He also had one son named Luis. He was the first governor of Puerto Rico, but he was also asked to step down from office because of his brutal treatment of natives. There's a city in Puerto Rico named after his grandson, Ponce. Finally, on April 8th is Ponce de Leon Day because on this day he claimed the land of Florida for Spain and headed south on his current. Now you win!
And now for some facts about other things going on in the world.
Oh, wow!
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien! Christopher Columbus went on his first expedition in 1492. After setting sail from Spain, he headed west. When he reached the land, he thought he was in Asia, but actually he was in Cuba. When he returned to Spain, the Queen was very pleased with the goods he brought back. He went on 3 more voyages. Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese explorer, set sail in 1497. He landed in Cape Verde Islands and stayed there for about a week. He stopped and waited at many other islands to avoid storms. Eventually, he reached India. He returned to Europe with a couple Hindu people to teach the king about their customs. After returning to Europe, he went on 2 more voyages. In April 1500, Pedro Oliveira Cabral was the first European to reach Brazil, and he was the second European to reach India. The Protestant Reformation began in Germany with Martin Luther writing the 95 Theses in 1517. Over the next few years, the Protestant Reformation spread to Switzerland and England.
I'm Coral. And I'm Lauren, and today we're going to be giving you all the details on Juan Ponce de Leon's explorations. In 1512, the Spanish crown encouraged Juan Ponce to continue searching for new lands in hopes of finding yet more gold and expanding the Spanish Empire even further.
Keep searching for gold, Serpent.
Okay. You headed on this exploration and why?
I have recently heard of a Caribbean island called Bimini, on which it is rumored that there are miraculous waters that are rumored to be a fountain of youth.
The fable was familiar on both sides of the Atlantic, alleging the spring was in the Garden of Eden, which many believed was located in Asia. Early Spaniards believed America was Asia. In March 1513, Ponce de Leon led an expedition at his own expense of 3 ships and more than 200 men to Bimini from Puerto Rico. In a month's time, he and his men landed on the east coast of Florida, not realizing he was on the mainland of North America. He thought he had landed on another island. He then named the region we know today as Florida.
I'm going to name this place Florida.
Then after you returned to Puerto Rico, what happened when you returned?
I found the island in chaos. A neighboring tribe of Caribs had burned up the settlement to the ground and killed several Spaniards. My own house was destroyed. My family had narrowly escaped death. and returned to Spain.
When he got back to Spain, he reported on his discoveries and was named military governor of Bimini in Florida, securing permission to colonize those regions. The Spanish crown also ordered him to organize a small army to subdue a native uprising on Puerto Rico that had continued in his absence. He left Spain with a small fleet in May 1515.
Ponce de Leon eventually broke off hostilities upon learning that his major supporter, King Ferdinand, had died, and he quickly returned to protect his claims and titles. He stayed there for 2 years until he finally received assurances that his financial empire was secure and returned to Puerto Rico.
In February 1521, Ponce de Leon left Puerto Rico for a second expedition of Florida. Records are scarce, but some accounts describe a poorly organized trip.
The expedition landed somewhere on the western side of the Florida Peninsula, where it was soon attacked by Calusa warriors. Ponce de Leon was wounded in the confrontation. The expedition sailed back to Havana, Cuba, where he died in July 1521. He was then placed inside the tomb of the Cathedral of San Juan in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
I get money, I'm a star.